Home sales in the Phoenix metro area were down in December, closing out a significantly slower year for the housing market here in the Valley and in other areas of the country. Joining us now is Mark Staff from ASU's W.P. Carey School of Business to kind of give us an update on what's going on out there. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Home sales, what is going on out there?
Well, I mean, you're seeing the effect of higher interest rates. So interest rates rise, they rose very quickly. This has a lagging effect. We're seeing some of that now. We're also seeing the effect of the fact that home prices haven't fallen that much. Inventory is relatively low, making it hard. And inventory is low because interest rates are high. 80% of mortgages are 5% or below. You get 60-some percent that are at 4% or below. So you have this lock-in effect where people that have been in their homes since the interest rates were very low aren't motivated to move.
Yeah, people just aren't moving as much, are they?
Not moving, and so it doesn't create a fluid housing market, and because of that, inventories are tough.
Inflation, how much is that playing into what's happening?
Oh, it has an effect. So what you would hope is that the new home building segment of the market would pick up and add more inventory, but they're affected by inflation, construction cost, labor issues, and other things that make it difficult. Plus, they're now struggling because interest rates are up. They've got to do things like buy down mortgage rates in order to incentivize buyers to buy their homes. That causes, prices to rise also.
Well, let's talk about prices. Are prices a problem right now? Interest rates obviously affect prices in a certain way. You got to pay something every month. But in general, prices, what are you seeing?
It's not falling. And so, the thought would be that as the housing market softened, prices would fall. They're not going to fall. They're stabilized. They're increasing, but increasing more along historic percentages. So you're going to continue to see home prices rise. My concern is because inventories are low, home builders aren't adding a lot of new inventory ahead of demand, that if interest rates do come down, it's going to cause the market to get very active again. Low inventory is very active, it's going to push prices back up.
Interesting. You would think that with a lot of stuff out there, you might see prices drop.
I don't think you're going to see prices drop. People who are hanging around thinking that that's going to happen, they're going to be disappointed.
Interesting. All right. What's moving right now? The market, are there expensive homes, condos, mid-level? What's moving and what is absolutely stuck in the mud?
Well, the hardest part of the market is that part of the market that is at the median level, $460,000, $450,000 and below. Very tough. It's hard for builders to build entry-level housing. It's hard to find homes that are below median income. You see by the other end of the spectrum is you see the houses being built and sold at the very, very high end of this market like we've never seen before at the same time. And, so you've got this dichotomy in the marketplace where there's people moving in still. We have good economy, we have an excellent economy. We have job growth. We've had some wage growth. And then you've got some people that are very wealthy coming from other parts of the country, big expensive homes.
Yes.
And yet at the low end, we still have a very significant affordability problem.
Are investors impacting that affordability problem, especially at the lower end?
I don't think so. So the iBuyer, institutional buyer peaked in 2021 and it's been falling. So last year, like 2023, there's only about 2,000 units in the Phoenix metro area. I think 600 plus were iBuyers. So those institutional buyers and iBuyers are affected by the same market dynamics. And as those prices go up, it's harder for their business model to work. And that's one of the things that happened in this market is they say, this market's overpriced. We've seen it fall dramatically from 2021.
Yeah, how interesting. Bankruptcies, these sorts of things. I mean, what?
So distress sales, we look at distress sales, foreclosures and things of that nature, and it's up a little bit, but it's not at a disturbing level at all. It's not like we saw in 2008, 2009, 2007, where you had a really significant increase in the number of foreclosures. There are some, it's been going up. We should always be concerned about that. I think that's also a reflection on the affordability side. But because mortgages that were written from 2011, 12, 13 and forward, the underwriting was much better. You're probably not going to see a lot of foreclosures.
Some had predicted that this was going to be a really bad year last year and on into this year. It wasn't so swell, but it wasn't all that bad. Well, maybe it wasn't all.
No, it wasn't that
Yeah.
bad.
So what did they get wrong?
I think there was a prediction of a recession. I think there was predictions that when interest rates rose the way that they did, that it was going to cause the housing market to collapse. And because the inventories were so low to begin with, it didn't have that effect. So I think that, you know, the thoughts that the things that would cause the market to fall never happened. You have the market we have now.
Last question. This is the market we have now. I'm seeing that some folks are thinking maybe something could turn come next month or spring, early. Things could turn around. Do you agree with that?
I don't think it's going to be in the next month. I don't think it's going to be significant turnaround in the first half. I think more likely, and this is going to depend a lot on the Fed in what they do with interest rates, you've got to get that gap between where most of those mortgages are in the mortgage rate down to something which will loosen up home sellers to make a big difference. Home builders simply can't build fast enough.
Yeah, and give me a number. 5?
So, you know, we don't know what
Yeah.
it is. But I think the common thought is once you get to about 5,
Yeah.
then you're going to see a lot of people, the trade-off, house appreciated in value, I'm not going to trade off that much in interest rate in payment. And therefore, if I want to move, I'm going to move now.
Wow, great stuff. Mark Stapp, W.P. Carey School of Business, our real estate guru. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.